In our series, State of Testing, experts say some states are still not doing enough coronavirus tests. We are 4 months now into the pandemic. Cars lined up for what looked like miles outside a testing site at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles yesterday. And in Texas, many people have waited in line for hours for a coronavirus test. More than 200,000 people, keep in mind, in that state have now tested positive, and more than 2,700 have died. Omar Villafranca now reports on the testing problems.
Stefano West is a nurse at a plasma center in Killeen, Texas.
The fear for me was always catching it and spraying it to somebody else.
We gotta start turning cars away now. Sorry, guys.
After driving more than an hour, he waited more than 4 hours at an Austin testing site before he was swabbed.
All right, you got this.
Can you see how that might discourage people?
Absolutely. I'm surprised that I didn't see more people leave.
How would you describe the process to somebody who is kind of on the fence about getting a test?
It's going to be something you have to commit to. It's not going to be pleasant. It's not fun, but that's not the point. The point is safeguarding yourself and others.
Here in Dallas, this location was testing 600 people a day and maxing out. So they increased their capacity to 1,000 tests, and for the second day in a row, they maxed out. The demand for tests is so great that we're told people start lining up at 6 a.m. This was the scene last week in Houston. Before Texas reopened in late April, health officials were processing nearly 15,000 tests a day. Now, it's over 50,000. But the state falls behind 41 others in terms of tests performed per 100,000 people. And according to targets laid out by the Harvard Global Health Institute, Texas would need to increase testing to 117,000 people a day to keep the outbreak under control. Health officials say the Lone Star State faces challenges because of its size and demographics. Rebecca Fisher is an epidemiologist at Texas A&M School of Public Health.
Well, in Texas, we have rural populations and we have urban populations, and we have everything in between, and then hidden populations, just like other states, individuals who may be immigrants or might be without resources, without homes, without transportation.
The need for more tests is only part of the equation, says interim health authority and Austin public health doctor Mark Escott.
But the problem is that we have lag in terms of results of those tests. So there becomes a point where it doesn't make sense to test more people if we can't get results back in a timely fashion to do anything about those positive tests.
All right, so I'm here at the testing center.
Stuart Waymack, who lives in Caldwell County, Texas, was able to walk right into the public testing site he visited.
All right, you're good to go, sir.
We're good to go?
He got his negative results 8 days later. Quest Diagnostics, which has processed nearly a fifth of U.S. coronavirus tests, says demand, particularly in the South, has outpaced capacity. It says most turnaround times have now increased by a day or two.
We need that person to be tested so that we can initiate then the next chain of events that happens in the public health response. And that is to seek out their contact. If we could cut off an infectious person's time circulating in the community by 1 day or 2 days, this would be huge.
In Austin, public testing was open to everyone, but because of the high demand, they had to modify who could get tested, limiting it to people who are showing symptoms, people who are high risk, and essential workers. And Vlad, health officials are saying people who have private health insurance, they're asking them to seek out other options.
And as you know, Texas is lagging 41 other states when it comes to testing. Omar, thank you very much.